Royal families are fascinating groups of people, and the public is forever fascinated with everything related to them. The world is full of royal families, and the Greek royal family is interesting and complex to focus on. Here's everything you need to know about the Greek royal family and their backstory. The Greek royal family, decades of ups and downs. Royal families are no strangers to secrets and scandals. While their lives look glamorous on the outside, behind the palace walls there are many shabby and surprising incidents and behaviors that take place. The Greek royal family has experienced its share of triumphs and tribulations, from royal weddings, births and accumulated fortunes to complete downfalls and exile. The king and queen are more than husband and wife. Former King Constantine of Greece and his deposed Queen Amri met when they were still children. She was only 13 years old and he, a few years older than her, was accompanying his parents, King Paul and Queen Frederica, on state business in Denmark. A few years later they met again, and Constantine declared Anne-Marie his future bride. They were married when Anne-Marie was 18 years old. Like many royal couples, Constantine and Anne-Marie share a common ancestry. In fact, they are triple cousins. They share the same great-great-grandfather, Christian IX of Denmark, and the same great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria, members of the Greek royal family. While the Greek royal family spanned centuries, here are modern members of the former monarchy. Constantine II. Constantine II became king of Greece after the death of his father, King Paul. By title, Constantine remained king from 1964 to 1973, although the disgraced Greek king and his family lived abroad for most of that time. This is because just a few years into his reign, the Greek monarchy was dissolved and Constantine, his wife Anne-Marie and their 2 young children were forced to flee the country. Queen Anne-Marie. Former Queen Mary's royal blood runs through every vein of her body. She is the wife of a former king of Greece, mother of 4 former royal children, daughter of a king, sister of another queen and cousin of another European king. In the world of European royalty, Anne-Marie is very well connected. Princess Alexia of Greece and Denmark. She is the eldest child of a former king and queen and mother of 4 grandchildren of Constantine II and 9 grandchildren of Anne-Marie. The young Princess Alexia fled with her family to London at a very tender age and was educated at Hellenic College in London and later at the university, where she earned a degree in teaching. She married architect and yachtsman Carlos Morales Quintana and the couple have 4 children. Crown Prince Pavlos of Greece, Prince of Denmark. Crown Prince Pavlos would have followed in his father's footsteps, becoming king after the death of Constantine had it not been for the fallen empire. After his family fled their homeland due to a failed counter-coup by the former king, Pavlos was educated at a London institution founded by his parents. He later moved to the United States, earning a bachelor's and master's degree in foreign affairs from Georgetown University. Pavlos has spent most of his adult life in London and New York working in investment consulting. He is married to British heiress Marie Chantal Miller, and they have 5 children, Prince Nikolaus of Greece and Denmark. The 3rd child of the former king and queen, Prince Nikolaus became the first former Greek member of the royal family to be born abroad. He too was educated at the same school as his siblings and later attended Brown University, where he majored in international relations. The former prince married his longtime girlfriend Tatiana Blatnik in 2010. Princess Theodora of Greece and Denmark. Theodora was born about 14 years after Prince Nikolaus. She was educated at an all-female boarding school as well as American institutions of higher learning before settling on an acting career. She goes by the name Theodora Grecia and starred in the movie The Bold and the Beautiful. She is currently engaged to Matthew Kumar. Prince Philippos of Greece and Denmark. Prince Philippos is the last of the Greek royal children. He was born in London, educated in America and made his life in New York working in the investment industry. Recently, former royal heiress Nina Flor held a private ceremony attended only by the couple's fathers, deposed members of the royal family. After the death of Constantine II's father, King Paul, a handsome young member of the royal family took the throne and ruled with his queen for a few short years before a military coup was organized. After the failed counter-coup, Constantine, Anne-Marie and their 2 firstborn children left Greece for safety abroad. They remained in exile for several decades, returning to their homeland only in recent years. Displaced, but not poor. The Greek royal family may have had to leave their homeland and live among commoners, but that doesn't mean they're tight. Family members still have property, wealth, and plenty of jewelry. Diadems to outdo the rest of them. If there's one thing that former Greek royals had in abundance, it's tiaras. The gold, diamonds and gemstones in the royal collection are priceless. They have been passed down from generation to generation and some pieces are hundreds of years old. Antique corsage tiara. This diamond and pearl masterpiece was given to the former Queen Anne-Marie on her 18th birthday by her mother Ingrid of Denmark. It was worn by Anne-Marie, her daughters and daughters-in-law on their wedding days. Greek emerald tiara parure. This work of art is both a tiara and a sparkling necklace. It was commissioned by Queen Elizabeth and contains jewels from Queen Olga's collection, ruby olive wreath tiara. The diamond and ruby tiara is simply stunning. The tiara originally belonged to Queen Olga and was purchased by King Paul for his queen and eventually given to Anne-Marie's head. Luxury pads abroad. When Constantine and his family left Greece, they used their wealth, their intelligence, and their respected connections to continue living in comfort and luxury. The family home that Constantine and Anne-Marie lived in during their 40 years in exile was sold for over $10 million, if that gives you any idea of how wealthy the former royals were during their recluse. Incredible evenings. Throughout their years in exile, the former king and queen attended and threw lavish parties for their high-profile friends and families. In 1986, Constantine took over Claridge's Hotel in London to celebrate his wife's birthday. Friends in the highest echelons of power. The Greek royal family no longer rules, but their friends in high society and the royal family never went anywhere. Former members of the royal family spent years in exile socializing with royal families from around the world, many of whom are related to the former king and queen returning home. Sometimes you can come home, even if you're a disgraced king living in exile for decades. Constantine and Anne-Marie returned to Greece some 50 years after their exile. No longer a dewy young man with a shiny crown and a title above all others, Constantine and his wife now live among the commoners on Greek soil, finally home for good.